Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Marie Claire, and in today's video, I am going to talk about finding my purpose. And what exactly does that mean to you? What does it mean to me? Finding your purpose. What exactly is that? And the reason behind me talking about this is I got approached by a friend recently, and she said to me, Marie, I've been watching your videos for the past few months. Just have a sip. This is so good. So I'm just having some chamomile tea. So just to calm my nerves and keep me in the mood. So she said, I've been watching your videos for the past few months. And I just wanted to understand why you've decided. I mean, I've known you for quite a long time. Why have you all of a sudden decided to tell the whole world about living with sickle cell? Is that something you think you want to do? You're comfortable about telling everybody about your condition, about you and your sickle cell, the way she put it. I'm trying to put it in a nice way. And I thought, why not? I said to her, why do you think it's a problem? Is that something you think that bothers you, that I shouldn't do what I'm doing? Do you see a problem with it? I mean, I have nothing to be ashamed of, talking about living and growing up with sickle cell disease. And I see no reason why I should. Seriously, I was shocked. You see, growing up in Africa, most people, most of the time have, your family has that expectation of you either becoming a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, you name it. There's already that standard that has been set, especially if you come from a family that already has this, people in the family. And there's that expectation for you to be something similar or at least close. But you see, I had none of that. And my parents never put me under any pressure. But then again, I had peers who, growing up as a young child, with sickle cell, I had no expectation whatsoever. I just wanted to live past the age of 22, 21. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just wanted to live past that. Because you see, there had been a timeline already placed in my life, and that stuck with me. And I knew that I had to do the best that I could in life, because at that age, I will be gone. So I had no expectation of life past that. But then I grew up past the age of 21, 22, and I had no idea what to do. I didn't even understand what it meant living with sickle cell disease. Yes, I had loads of challenges, and most of the time I didn't even understand how to deal with those challenges. So I couldn't even figure out what my purpose was. I was just trying one thing after the other, trying one thing after the other, and the ones that worked, I stuck with them. So when I traveled to the UK, I mean, life was very different from what I was used to. I made friends. I kept some, I lost some. I had jobs. I lost some, I kept some. It was difficult. It was very difficult. I had no idea what I wanted to do in life. I just wanted to survive. I just wanted to make it in life, but I had no idea how I wanted to do that. But at the back of my mind, you see, I had this challenge, because every time I had to do something, either a job or I started something new, there was always a problem. I always had this, I got fired so many times that I couldn't even begin to count. I lost so many jobs because of my challenges. It's either I got offered a job and, because I was so anxious, I got so sick, I couldn't even attend, or I will go to the job and it was so difficult, I couldn't do it, or I got sick on the job. I remember quite a few times when I was living in London. Um, I used to do all these odd jobs. Obviously, as an immigrant, as a student at that time, you would do all sorts of things just to survive. And most of my friends were doing the same. But it was quite hard because I always struggled to keep these jobs. And it was quite frustrating because, I wanted to do something so bad. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to have value for my life. But because of my challenges, my health challenges, I couldn't do any of those. So I had no idea what I wanted in life and I was frustrated. But as I grew older, those challenges made me to realize that there are some things that I cannot do and I have to avoid them because those things either made life so difficult for me that I started questioning my purpose here on earth. And I thought, this is not the direction I want to take. I have to start focusing my mind on the things that I can do. And that is exactly what I did. I started looking for work that was more suitable. I went to college, I managed. It was quite hard. I was always sick. It took me longer to finish than my peers. I finished. I went to university. It took me longer to finish than my other peers, but I did. So I started realizing that I cannot be the same as other people. I have to do it my way. So that is what kept me going. And we can't be the same as everyone else. Living with sickle cell will test you, will test your purpose your of living. It will test your existence. And it did all that to me. But I kept going because I knew that someday I will figure out what exactly I wanted to do. So after facing so many challenges, I started saying to myself that I can't carry on like this. So many people didn't like me talking about my challenges. So I became a bit, secluded in that department. If making friends, I wouldn't even talk about, living with sickle cell because not everybody liked to hear it. And because I wanted to fit in, I would try by all possible means to keep quiet about it. And sometimes it caught up with me, and sometimes I would just manage. But as time went on, I began to realize that I've got sickle cell, but it doesn't define who I am. It doesn't define me. I have to find a way to enjoy the things that I want to enjoy. Living with sickle cell disease means I am in pain 95% of the time. But you see, my pain doesn't mean a lack of joy. So I make the most out of my life. I make the most out of it and keep myself as happy as I can be. So I decided that I have to find my purpose. Living with the condition doesn't define me. So, what is exactly my purpose? So, have you found your purpose? Because I believe I have. I think I have found my purpose because I have decided to turn my pain into a purpose. And what exactly is that purpose? To me, I believe that I have a purpose to inspire others, to inspire all those who are living with sickle cell challenges to know that living with the condition doesn't mean a death sentence. You can be whatever you want to become. You can do whatever you think that you can do. You see, there are so many people out there who are very ignorant about most things in life and will tell you about their perception of sickle cell disease. And they put these things in my head, made me believe that because I've got sickle cell, I can only do so much. I can only achieve so much. But I want you to know that those are just perceptions because you can be whatever you want to become. I have had so many challenges. I have failed so many exams because of my condition, but I have passed so many. I have sat them again and again and again, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I am deciding to turn my pain into a purpose. So if you are going through that challenge, know that you can turn it into a purpose because sickle cell cannot define you. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. I have set the standard of how I want to live my life because I am in control of it. No one else is. I am in control of it. And I'm happy with that. And so should you. I have found my purpose by talking about my condition, about living with sickle cell. And I'm happy with it because I have turned it into something positive, because I have decided to not let it bring me down. And I found my purpose by developing a growth mindset because I want to keep being a better person. I found my purpose by being part of my community, which I love so much. And it's wonderful sharing my experience and inspiring others. I found my purpose by giving back to my community. I found my purpose by exploring my passion, by doing the things I love. I travel when I want to, when I can. I spend time with my family. And I wake up every single day thanking God for being alive. I found my purpose because I am happy that I am the voice of those who cannot speak for themselves, because I will continue to inspire them to know that living with sickle cell disease does not mean it's the end of it all, because you can be whatever you want to be. I found my purpose by spending time with the people that inspire me. So you have to figure out what your purpose is. And whatever that is, make sure you put God in front of it. Because without Him, we can't do any of this. I wake up every morning thanking God for being alive, for making me spend time with the ones that I love, for doing the things that I love, because that's all that matters, not what people think. So I will continue to spread my message about living with sickle cell disease. And I am sorry if it hurts you, because if you don't like it, then I can't help you. Whatever challenge that you are going through, that you are living with, you just have to have that mindset that you will be okay. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, please subscribe, like, and share. And you figure out what your purpose is.